live. This is the CPU squad. So as you guys may be aware, I've started this new project where I'm going to be doing daily videos. Daily assignments, basically build something every day. The idea is just kind of, keeping the skills sharp. So practice makes perfect. Right. Let's get the camera set up here properly. So the current project that I'm working on now is all about, just bear with me one moment. All right, let me move this around here. Sorry about that. So the project is all about reading a file in real time. It was actually something a little bit more complex than that, but because of the objective of basically creating or building one thing per day, in order to do that, I need to have the assignments be pretty basic. So whatever I'm building needs to be pretty simple enough that I could build it in a day, right? That's the timeline. So I have a timeline constraint. In order to meet that constraint, I got to keep it simple. So with that in mind, what I decided on doing, I don't know why my setup is all weird today. What I decided on doing is changing a project which was a little bit more complex. So the initial design was a log reporting mechanism. So if some of you guys remember, I talked about the FIX protocol where you have trading information being transmitted in logs. So you have order information, execution information in those logs. And it's in, if you remember, we talked about tuples and lists and things like that. So it's a similar format. You have the key value pairs. So in this case, you have tag equals value, right? But the bottom line is it's kind of cryptic, right? So I wanted to, for today's assignment, I wanted to do something where I would monitor a log file where these orders and executions are being inserted into. So just imagine just a flat file. You have orders coming in, executions coming in, and they're being described in this cryptic tag value format. So have something that reads or monitors this log file in real time and then report on activity in human language. So instead of tag value, you would translate the messages and say received new order, received one execution, and then on what? Received order to buy 300 shares of whatever. So communicate whatever the logs are indicating in plain English. So that would mean you have a monitoring component that's monitoring every new line that is introduced into the file. You monitor for that and record what comes in. So something comes in, first of all you recognize it, so you have a trigger. Then you track or record that information, right? And then you translate it into human readable language, and then you display the results. So this is what I found, this is what I found, this is what I found. So initially I started with this assignment, this daily project. Remember, there's a different project every day, right? So that whole deal, I started with K shell or corn shell because that's what I'm more familiar with. And due to things being so busy at work, I haven't been doing much Python. Hence, I haven't been doing any videos. So I want to get back to that, but rather than just jump right back in after so much time, what I wanted to do is ease into it. And I figured, let me start with something that I'm more familiar with. So I've been doing corn shell or K shell for a long time. So I figured, let me start with that. something that I know, just to get my feet wet, and then in time, I will start doing Python. So I did about 4 assignments, 4 daily assignments, and then I said today, you know, maybe it's time to just jump in, right? Maybe it's time to just jump in. I'm back in the the sort of the this whole process of designing and coming up problem solving and all that kind of stuff. I'm back in that mode right now. So now I think is I'm ready to transition back to Python where I left off. However, I come back to the original goal, create something a day. So the assignments need to be simple enough that I could do them in a day, right? Python at my best a year ago, I was just starting to make some headway at the beginner level. So, this assignment in Corn, not a big deal. Doing it in Python seemed a little bit much, especially for this deadline thing. So, what I decided is let me break this down into smaller pieces. And I said, one of the key things, I think one of the most important skills I can learn from this project, very, very valuable from a perspective of professionally, I could see myself doing something like this, is the reading up the log file in real time. So I decided to extract that part of the program and let that be the project. So that's the entire project. Simply to figure out how to read a file in real time to where any new rows introduced into the file get registered and processed and cataloged, right? So a new message comes in. You have to read that message, determine what it is, right? And then record it. Then the next line, then the next line, then the next line, right? One of the key things I'd like this to be done as efficiently as possible. So I want to do this as if it's really a real product where performance matters. So I would like to try to see if I can do sort of best practice with this. But anyway, so that's where we're at. Now, what I'm doing right now, as the title of this states, is I'm doing my research. So let's see what we can find. I'm making some hot chocolate, some Ovaltine in the kitchen. I'm going to go grab that in a second. But before I do that, and guys, click on the like button as you join CPU Squad. I know I'm tired, but I still got a little bit of energy going on. Energy, got a lot of energy. Let's see. Just bear with me one moment. One moment, please. We shall continue to represent. That's interesting. You see all the interlacing on my face because I guess because a majority of the light that you see on my face is from the monitor. The lighting in the house is very dim, so. But anyway, let's get my big head out of the way, even smaller in the corner. Okay. So, let's say reading Python, reading log file. There's real time, there's continuously. Let's try a couple of those. Continuously. Let's try line by line. Let's see what Stack Overflow has to say. Stack Overflow. That looks interesting. Take a look at that while I grab my hot chocolate. I will be back. My iPad. Got a lot of energy. Where is my... Where's my backpack? I will be back. All right. Oh, let me bring my phone as well. All right. So let's charge this guy up. No messages, nothing. Vibrate. All right. So I got my mobile coding machine. Not sewing machine, but coding machine. My Asus laptop. I may use that as a secondary computer to do different things while I'm doing our research and testing tonight. And then I got my iPad, which I've been loving, but I haven't had a tablet in a while. The last tablet I had was a Galaxy 3 or something, which is got to years ago, so I don't know how much of my excitement is for Apple versus just having a new current tablet with, you know, the latest technology. So I might be just as excited with an Android tablet. But regardless of that fact, I am loving it. All right, so I got the tablet going. Here's a tablet. And here's a laptop. Okay. So, what is on the floor? So what's this guy talking about? Why is this microphone just like in my face? Not adjust this. All right. So get some tunes going. One moment, please. I like to listen to music when I'm working, but I don't want to get a copyright thing. So let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do here. How about this? Do a search. All right, so hopefully that doesn't cause us any copyright issues. It's all good otherwise. All right, so let's focus. So this guy says, I'm trying to find a nice way to read a log file in real time using Python. I like to process lines from a log file one at a time as it is written. Okay, that sounds pretty much in alignment with what we're trying to do here. Somehow I need to keep trying to read the file until it's created. So that's interesting. Need to keep trying to read the file until it's created. Until it's created. So I guess what they're doing is, or the idea is, in the beginning there may not be a file until whatever process that generates the file starts running. So I guess they want to activate the logging first, right? So logging is active, and the program may initially sit dormant. Maybe it's logging user activities. So you start up the program, you haven't really done anything yet, so there's nothing in the log until you actually do something, right? So the monitoring is sitting there waiting for that event. Oh my goodness, I'm using my phone's Wi-Fi. That's not good. So it's sitting waiting for there to be some new event, right? Oh, this is taking up my Wi-Fi. Wow. Got some connectivity issues over here. All right, and then continue to process lines until I terminate the process. Is there an appropriate way to do this? Well, let's open up the terminal here. Okay, we got a terminal going. What the hell is this crap? This is old. All right, let me add the terminal in here. Window terminal. All right. 1 second. Bear with me 1 second. All right, so there's a terminal. So we're pretty much ready to go to try out anything. Once we figure out something, well, let me actually go to a location where I can do some work. So this is CPU squad, Python directory. I got CPU, bootcamp, brain. Let's go to brain. A bunch of classes. Let's create a something called log reader. Log reader. All right, so the first suggestion is this guy. So he's using a time module while one where equals file.tell. Line equals file.readline, if not line. Time.sleep, so calling the time module using some kind of sleep function or something. And then file.seek, where else print. So this is where that came from. Tail-f in Python. So tail-f basically regardless of how it works, in the background, the results that the user sees is that you are able to see you're able to see you're able to see what's in a file, and also any updates to that file will show up. So if there's a log that's being updated and growing and growing and growing, with this one tail command, you can see all of that. As new rows come in, you're going to see them coming through on the screen. So you're able to basically monitor the file in real time. Which some of that sounds like what we're trying to do. But remember, what we're trying to do is we want to do something with what we're seeing. We don't want to just show what's coming in the file. We want to be able to see what's coming in and process it and then say something. So give like a report to the user, right? But still, underneath that all is some of the same principles here. So it looks like this only shows what's appended to the file after it gets run. So I guess you're not going to see, when you first start it, you're not going to see anything until there's an update, which is what that guy actually wanted. This guy says how to make it usable. I don't know that this is what we want. Let's see what else some people said. It seems to be working, but it won't allow me to create objects or write to a database at the same time in my Django app. I don't see any obvious reason for this. Is there a simple fix? Yeah, it doesn't seem like what this person wanted. I'm not really fully understanding what this is doing. I'm gonna need to spend some time interpreting this. I don't know if now is the time for me to be doing this because I'm tired. I don't know if I have the capacity at this point to
One of the questions I get asked a lot is, Jim, how do you go in front of a group of people and speak?
I don't know if I have the capacity to do this. It's maybe a little bit beyond my capacity being tired, but we shall see. And obviously some kind of a loop. While loop. Line equals the file dot read line. I'm assuming this grabs the line and assigns it to this variable line. If not line, I guess if there's nothing in the file. If there's no new line, then sleep for 0.1 second and then continue. Assign new line to line variable. If you don't have anything else, go to sleep. I'm not sure how that works though, because def follow the file. I gotta remember what continue does. Continue, I mean, a while loop by nature is going to loop, right? So continue is not what's making it loop. Because while that's how it works naturally. So continue would mean it's gonna move it somewhere. My guess is move it back to this. It's either that or forward to this. Continue. Let's look that up. Continues with the next cycle of the nearest enclosing loop. I wonder if continue is actually telling you to to start over from the top, which would mean go back to the while. Print found an even number. So it looks like it actually goes forward because see, this is saying print found an even number, found a number, found an even number, found a number. See, found an even number, even number, even number, even number. So that means after this, continue sends it here. So put that in context of what we're doing. This would take you to yield line. So what does yield line mean? Where to use yield in Python? I'm not sure what this is doing. Wow, did I just fall asleep? Wow. Yeah, this is too late to be coding right now. I'm nuts. I'm nuts. I think I'm gonna, I want to do something though. I want to pick something that I can play around with. Maybe I'll just do that while loop that we found earlier. It returns a generator. So what's a generator? Generators are iterators, but you can only iterate over them once. It's because they do not store all the values in memory. They generate the values on the fly. I'm not sure about this. This is a lot of code. What is this about? What the hell does this thing do? Ah, that's way too complex. I'm too tired to read that. And I just dozed off again. Yeah, this is ridiculous. If I can't even keep awake just for a little bit so I can read. And I'm not going to be able to do any kind of coding, even something super simplistic, so. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I'm going to call it a night, guys. I'll finish this up tomorrow. Sorry about that. I'm trying to work hard here, but I am human. I have my limitations, and I think I've met and exceeded my current limitation of just intellectual capacity, you know, with lack of sleep. CPU squad out.